Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome to this week's edition of the WB Mason Coaches Report, right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mike Sullivan, joined as always by head coach of the Hofstra men's soccer team, Richard Nuttall. Coach, how's it going today?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Mike.
Two-match week last week. James Madison at home, you beat them 5-2, and then over the weekend you draw on the road against College of Charleston, also in CAA play. What were your thoughts on the week?
Yeah, two very different games, although I thought we played well in both first halves. Against JMU we got the goals and then had a little bit of lacking concentration, but went into the half 3-2 up. Tried to play a little bit more solidly second half defensively, and I think we achieved that and got another couple of goals, so very pleasing performance. And against College of Charleston, it looks on paper like an easy game, but they've played like 7 or 8 top 20, top 30 teams, and they're a good team, and on their home field, it's a big field, it was wet conditions, it was a very, very tough game. And for me, a fantastic game of soccer played by two very good teams, and their pace caused us some problems. We played well the first 30 minutes, should have probably got 1 or 2 goals, didn't. They got the penalty, they were 1-0 up, and then we were chasing the game. So from my point of view, I was very pleased with the attitude of our boys in both games against JMU to get a little bit more solid second half, and then College of Charleston, I thought we kept at the game and we equalised in the last minute, after a little bit of pressure, and then the overtime was end-to-end soccer. It was fantastic, so I've got to give a lot of credit to College of Charleston. They're a good team, they're better than the record shows, and I think they may win the last couple of games or 2 of the last 3, and they may be in the playoffs, I believe.
Let's start with James Madison. Those 5 goals, most you've scored since 2009, most at home since 2005. That's a JMU backline, one of the best defenders in the conference, veteran backline as well. What did you think of your finishing ability, especially your play in the final third?
Yeah, I think we finished our chances well, and I thought we put them under a lot of the pressure the way we played. We got balls into the box, we got runs across defenders, runs across keepers, and we finished 2 or 3 really nice goals and caused goals with pressure as well. So from my point of view, in the box we were very active, and that excellent from which what we've been aiming for all year. So I'm very happy with our attitude mainly.
And it's not just Mitch anymore. He gets 2 goals, but he gets the second goal of the season from Marius Latibo. Ignacio Grano scores for the first time since he played Brown. As a team, all 10 field players at once, the fact that you're getting more than just your striker, what does that mean?
Yeah, I think it's the way we play. We're getting people forward on the outside, the full-backs forward, the midfielders forward, and I think we go at teams which, then you tend to get a sharing of the goals around at times, and I'm pleased for everybody, just as a team. More importantly, our attitude is really we're getting a little bit of confidence. We're not cavalier, but we attack opponents and we take the game to them. So from our point of view, we're happy. I think, as you know, it's a young team, and they're gaining in confidence.
You give up 2 goals, but they only had 4 shots on goal in total, defensively and also Patrick's play as well. How would you evaluate the back end?
Well, before, I think it was just before half-time, I look at the clock, the scoreboard, we're winning 3-2, and I look, they've had 2 shots, 2 goals, so that worries you, but sometimes that happens, So that what makes our sport a fantastic sport, and we outshot them 13-2 and winning 3-2 just before half-time, but that's soccer, that's how it goes. What I'm more interested in how we play and our methods and how we take the game to the other team, so for me that was excellent.
Switching to Charleston, your first time down there, their first year in the CAA, you mentioned how difficult of a road game it was. How crucial was it for Chris Greaves to score in the end, to equal it up and get you the draw?
Yeah, very, very crucial, and I just think it was reward for outstanding effort from the whole team, and Chris finished a fantastic goal, but we had other chances, they had other chances, and it just added to the game, took it into overtime. It was a fantastic game of soccer. It seems strange, I'm beaming about the game. It was a tie, we didn't win, but I think it was a great advert for college soccer, and I've got to give a lot of respect to Ralph Lundy, the coach of Charleston. He kept the boys going, and their endeavour was tremendous, their energy was tremendous, and it was a wonderful spectacle, I think, for the fans.
Elliot Firth, out against JMU, comes back against Charleston. How would you evaluate his play?
Yeah, good. I think it was lacking a little bit of energy the second half because he hadn't trained for a week, because of the injury. But outstanding again. He brings a winning attitude, a winning mentality to the team, and he gives everything he's a good communicator on the field. He moves the ball well, and he gets stuck in on the tackle. Sometimes a bit too hard, sometimes, but he's a great asset to this program.
I want to ask you about Reese Alexander as well. I thought he played very well against James Madison. Significant playing time again against College of Charleston. How has his game evolved since he started this year?
Yeah, we feel as though if Reese can clear his feet and get out the team, that he's dangerous because he's such a good athlete. You know, we're hoping he's going to just go from strength to strength as a player. But you know, happy with his performance. His attitude is great. He's running at defenders. He's sharing the ball a bit quicker. His speed of play is a bit quicker. So he's becoming a very, very good college player.
Coming up this week for you tomorrow night, Fairleigh Dickinson, your final non-conference game at home at 7 o'clock here at Hofstra. Then over the weekend you'll head on the road down to Williamsburg to take on William and Mary. Against this Fairleigh Dickinson team, kind of an interesting scenario. In the middle of conference play, you take a break, play in the non-conference. How do you handle tomorrow night's matchup?
Yeah, it's just the next game we've got to play, and the next game we've got to try and win with all our energy. And they're a quality team. As you see, they've got some great wins, and they've faltered a little bit recently. I think they've got a couple of injuries, but they're very well coached by Seth and his crew over there. And this will be another game that will be exciting, end-to-end with quality players on the field. So we're just focusing on FGU now, and we're looking towards trying to get the win out of the game.
Against William and Mary quickly as well. They've beaten a couple of #1 teams this season. Struggle a couple of losses and draws in conference play, but still a very difficult opponent. How do you turn things around after tomorrow night's game and focus on the Tribe?
Well, we'll look at that after Tuesday, but they've just beaten Northeastern 1-0. We lost to William and Mary, an outstanding team. I think they've been a little bit up and down, like you mentioned, but it's going to be an unbelievable game again. They're very well coached, organised on the field, they're tough. They've got some experience out there, so we're looking forward to that game too.
Finally, Coach, how do you make it a 2-win week against FDU and William and Mary?
I think we've just got to keep confident and keep attacking teams and keep getting at them and keep moving the ball quickly and win tackles, win headers, and play with endeavour and togetherness.
2 games this week for the Hofstra men's soccer team. Tomorrow night at home against Fairleigh Dickinson at 7 o'clock. Then over the weekend, Saturday night, on the road against William and Mary. For head coach Richard Nuttall, I'm Mike Sullivan. Thanks for tuning in to the WMAC Coaches Report.